Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Holyrood's regular meeting of Council number 9, July 13th, 2021 at 5:30, and the auto streaming live from www.holyrood.ca. And first of all, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can I have a motion for the adoption of the agenda, please?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, seconded by
Councillor King.
Councillor King. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We move on to number 2, the adoption of the minutes, the regular minutes of the council meeting of July 15th, 2021, and the special meeting of July 5th, 2021. Is there any errors or omissions? If there's no errors or omissions, we move on to business arising. Is there any business arising from the minutes? No business arising. We'll move on to correspondence. There's one correspondence. There is a letter back from the Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure, Elvis Lovelace. We had a motion of council to write the minister on some issues within our town, and we have got a response from the minister, and there's some conversations taking place on some of those issues. So just to let everyone know, we did receive correspondence back from the minister, and we're going to work with the department to address some of those issues. And that's it for correspondence. We now move on to planning and development. Councillor Ganny.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So first off, we have permit listing. Be it resolved to table and approve the attached permit listing. 19 permits were issued from May 18th to June 4th and include permits including new builds, accessory buildings, general repairs, fence, occupancy, pool, paving, roadside vending, and a permit to extend water and sewer line. Those permits are number 06-0377-21 to 06-0394-21. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny. Do I have a seconder?
Councillor King.
Councillor King. Discussion? No discussion. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Motion carried. Go ahead, Councillor King. Ganny.
Okay, next is residential applications. So we have 3 residential applications for approval. 17 Salmon Line, Lot 1, Brophy's Road, 10 Summit Drive. The zoning for each of those is RMD, and the proposal, as I said, is residential. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood approve the above residential applications in principle and subject to the Town of Holyrood development regulations. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, seconded by
Councillor Myatt.
Councillor Myatt. Discussion?
All of those applications, Deputy Mayor, have been reviewed for eligibility under our regulation guidelines, and will have to meet those in order to receive their permits.
Thank you for that information, Councillor Ganny. Any other further discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Councillor Myatt
Aye.
carried.
Okay, next is 442 Conception Bay Highway, RMD zone, and it is for a home-based business for cleaning purposes. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood approve the above application in principle, subject to the Town of Holyrood development regulations. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, seconded by
Councillor King.
Councillor King. Discussion?
This application was advertised in accordance with our Regulation 10 and 90 of the development regulations. A discretionary use ad was sent to the Shoreline News as per protocol on June 8th, 2021. No comments were received on the application by the deadline date of June 24th, 2021, which is why we are moving it forward for approval.
Thank you, Councillor Ganny. Any further discussion on that motion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passed. Next one.
Next item is another business development. So it's 19A Northside Road, mixed development for a wellness center. Be it resolved that the town of Holyrood approve the above application in principle, subject to the town of Holyrood development regulations. Application was advertised in accordance with Regulation 10 and 90 of the development regulations. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, seconded by
Councilor Myatt.
Councillor Myatt. Discussion?
Discretionary use ad was sent to the Shoreline News for this one as well, Deputy Mayor, on June 8th, and no comments were received on the application by the deadline date of June 24th. This type of business, a wellness center, seems to be an up-and-coming type of business, and we're happy to welcome this to our community as an additional business.
Thank you, Councillor Ganny. Any other further discussion? If not, those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
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 Those against? Contrary line carried.
Next item is 398 Conception Bay Highway. Zoning is town center for roadside vending. Be it resolved that the town of Holyrood approve the above application in principle, subject to the town of Holyrood mobile canteen and vendor regulations and subject to approval from Service NL. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, second by
Councillor King.
Councillor King. Discussion?
When this application came in, Deputy Mayor, we did request some more detailed information around the site plan and a parking plan to ensure safety for traffic and residents and so on. So we have received information on that, and the applicant will require approval from Service NL.
Thank you, Councillor Ganny, for that information. Anyone else have any questions on that motion? If not, those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Motion approved.
Next item is from Town of Portugal Cove, St. Phillips for a proposed amendment. Be it resolved that the Town of Holyrood has no comments or concerns on the proposed amendment to redesignate and rezone areas of land located between Old Broad Cove Road, Portugal Cove Road, and Round Pond to address existing developments and to make updates to the Windsor Lake watershed boundary. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny. Do I have a seconder?
Councilor
Councillor King.
Myatt.
Okay.
Councillor Myatt. Any further discussion? And this is just a basic standard one that we get from other towns several times. We get them from the city of St. John's and stuff. So it's just a process. Am I correct in saying that, Councillor Ganny?
That's correct. We get them occasionally from other municipalities in the region. Typically, it doesn't impact the town of Holyrood operations, so we would not object to any changes they make with their town plans.
Thank you, Councillor Ganny. Any other questions on that motion? If not, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passed.
Next item, final item for planning and development is the boundary feasibility report. Be it resolved, the town of Holyrood requests the Minister of Municipal and Provincial Affairs to appoint the feasibility study to examine the extension of the Holyrood boundary to correct the boundary which defines the town of Holyrood to LW Consulting for a cost of $21,275. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Ganny. Do I have a seconder?
I'll second it, Councillor King.
Councillor King. Any discussion?
This has been something that this council has been looking at, and I believe the previous one as well, to align our boundaries more appropriately for the town. An important thing for the public to understand is, as this process, if it moves forward following this resolution today, that there will be a significant public consultation, which will be planned in the next several weeks or months, perhaps, to ensure that residents and stakeholders have an opportunity to weigh in and provide some input into this feasibility report.
Thank you very much, Councillor Ganny, for that information. Any other discussion? If no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. We move on to number 6, recreation and community events update. Councillor Ganier.
Up again. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Just a quick update on recent and upcoming events. So, as everyone I'm sure by now is aware, our Canada Day festivities that we had originally planned for the week of June 25th to July 1st was amended due to the serious issues around residential schools and in light of the unmarked graves that have been found in connection with residential schools throughout the country and are continuing to be found. So, out of respect for those families and communities affected by residential schools inside our community and out, and as a tribute to those who lost their lives from these horrific acts, our committee made the decision to postpone our fireworks and rather to light up Holy Cross Park orange. All Canada Day self-directed contests did go ahead, and it was very important, I think, for residents in the community to support residential school victims and survivors, and not have a huge fireworks display on that. Outside of that, the self-directed contest did go ahead, and we did have some winners for each of the contests that we had. So for the perfect poutine, it was Margaret Morgan, for the Great Canadian Scavenger Hunt, it was Ava and Cohen Lewis. And for the house decorating contest, the Fury Bartlett family were the winners. So we would like to congratulate them on participating and everybody else who participated and on winning those prizes. For Squidfest 32, the schedule of events is now online on www.squidfest.ca, as well as being promoted through our various social media sites. And the tickets to all events are on sale by visiting our website. Our Sunday evening concert has sold out. It sold out actually in under 6 hours. There were some technical glitches reported in the first 30 minutes or so based on time zone changes, which was corrected. But it did sold out in approximately 6 hours for those tickets. There are still tickets remaining for the afternoon show and for a variety of the other programs that are happening. On Friday night, we have our outdoor movie, which is usually a great draw for families. And there are a variety of events over the weekend as well that we would encourage our residents to come out and enjoy. On Saturday, we have the Cornhole Tournament. We have a mascot walk. We have Squidfest story time at the Holyrood Public Library. And then we also have the 19-plus movie night, Bad Boys 2, at the festival grounds. So hopefully the weather will cooperate and we'll be able to enjoy those outdoor activities. On Sunday, we have a family mountain bike ride, drive-in bingo, and of course the Squidfest parties. And we will have our fireworks at the Holyrood waterfront at 10 p.m. on Sunday night. So hopefully people will get out to enjoy those events. Also for report for recreation for our community programming, the Camp Ahoy summer program has been kicked off as of Monday, July 5th. All weeks were sold out except for week 5 and 7 as of our committee meeting, but I believe they may have filled up since then as well. But if anybody has any questions, they can certainly contact the town. The counselors are going to be working in cohorts with the campers to abide by the government public health guidelines. Our Timbits minor soccer program registration is about 168 children, which is our highest number ever. Our head soccer coach has kicked off the program on Wednesday at the Holyrood Festival grounds as well, given the fact that our soccer field is undergoing some major upgrades, which we're really excited about. From an infrastructure perspective, Salmon Line Park Plan, the public consultation process is over, and we're just waiting our draft plan for Mills and Wright, which we will then communicate to our residents. Holy Cross Park is now open to the public. On July 1st, public health guidelines allowed capacity to increase to 250 people, and that will include both visitors to the park as well as staff. If we exceed that number, staff will complete callback through people who hope to come into the park and who may have to wait. So that's to avoid any lineup and any safety concerns along Liam Hickey Drive. The kids' pool and the main pool will be open, and there will be single-serve prepackaged food and beverage products available for purchase. Staff will be screening visitors prior to entry, and visitors will have to social distance at the park. So our typical capacity is around 900, so social distancing should not be an issue, and we hope that people will respect the public health guidelines as we navigate through this pandemic. And finally, for recreation, we have the community garden, which has increased its membership to accommodate the number of people wanting to use the facility. Interest continues to grow there. There are now 56 active members and 28 planter boxes. And phase 1 of the Holyrood plot plan has been completed with 28 trees planted throughout the facility. And our goal is to turn this into a botanical garden. So this is a good start for that, and we'll do that in a phased approach. Our committee is now looking at a means to get a gazebo to be added to that facility as a number 2 priority for the area. So that particular facility has huge opportunity to grow as people participate in planting in that area, and even to use it to walk around and so on. And it's adjacent to our other recreational facilities, so it's going to be well used, I believe. So that is it for recreation community events. Deputy Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councillor Ganny, for that very detailed update. I'd just like to make a comment. I hope whoever can avail of the Squid Fest weekend, get out and enjoy some of the activities. And also, it's very, when you drive by the playground area where the new soccer field is being constructed, it's great to see so much activity and so much work being done there. And that's going to be a very a facility that's going to be well used in the near future. Thank you very much for your update. And I'm sure if anyone else got any comments on Councillor Ganny's update. If not, we'll move on to infrastructure and public works update. Councillor Mayette.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Right now, we have 5 items. The first item is concerning Brian's Road. So right now, as you know, Brian's Road is a narrow road behind Wong's that a school bus transport uses. And where it being a narrow road, if there's oncoming traffic, that can cause some issues. So right now, a report has been completed by staff and sent to the committee for review and recommendations. So we'll see what comes out of that from the committee. Next one is North Side Road T Railway. That's the one where a developer has been taking the side out of Terry's Mountain. And he thought he had the proper checks and balances in place, but I guess the permit that he had was actually expired. So staff met with the developer on June 23rd, 2021, and we're waiting on an update from Provincial Parks regarding remediation at this site. The next one is asset management. So town staff have developed a road asset management document, which has been sent to the committee for review and recommendations. This document's valuable in assessing future road upgrades and developments. So we'll see what the committee has for recommendations when the time comes. In regard, next one is Country Path. So the Country Path water main upgrade is completed, including pavement. So that's been a while, and glad that it's finally finished. Final review is currently taking place. And number 5, the last item, the North Arm River water study is ongoing, and a draft report should be available by mid-August. And that's it for infrastructure and public works.
Thank you very much for the update there, Councillor Mayette. Yes, it's great to see the project in Country Path, the water upgrade, that project complete. And part of that completion was the resurfacing of the whole road and ditching and shouldering. And the project looks really good. It's finished and it's tidy, it's clean, and it's the way that we should be doing projects instead of cut and patchwork, paving the whole surface. And I think that's the way going forward that this work should be done. Anyone else have any comments or questions for Councillor Mayette? If not, we'll move on to business development and marketing. Councillor King.
Business Development and Marketing Committee held its monthly meeting on June the 23rd. In attendance was Deputy Mayor Buckle, Director, Marjorie Gibbons, and myself by phone. The agenda involved 9 business applications were discussed. Out of these 9, 4 have been approved, and 5 others need additional work by the developers to get them to the application stage. Once we have the application, we will do our due diligence before seeking a motion of approval. Secondly, discussions regarding the supermarket for the town continue with the investor and providers, and we hope the discussions will lead to a positive outcome in the coming months. The town is providing information as requested as the process unfolds. Thirdly, our department is responsible for government funding and government projects, and as such, we follow the many infrastructure projects and their development. We give updates to infrastructure and public works and recreation as to the status of many of the ongoing projects. The projects have an approved work plan as well as a budget, which is guided by the government program, which supplies the funds. Working with the CAO and the other department directors, the Business and Development Department facilitates the smooth completion of this work. Next, everyone in town is anxiously waiting for the Boardwalk Improvement Project as well as the Trail Master Plan, both of which will add to our recreational opportunities. The boardwalk improvements should begin in mid-September, allowing for uninterrupted summer's use, and the Trail Master Plan draft will be due on Friday of this week. Once we get the draft and evaluate the recommendations, we can move this forward. The town has applied for 2 new projects under the Community Revitalization Program. One project is to improve the exterior of the Heritage Building, and the other is to improve the park at North Arms, started by Strack. And in beautification, the work with beautification has started, and this is just the beginning of a developmental plan that will improve annually. And that's it for economic development.
Thank you very much, Councillor King, for that update. There's lots of activity on the go. Do anyone have any questions for Councillor King on our update?
I don't have any questions, Deputy Mayor, but I wanted to make a comment. From a recreation standpoint, we're really excited that the Trail Master Plan and the Boardwalk redevelopment is coming along so nicely under the committee's review and pushing that forward. I know that getting outside is so important for a healthy community and for healthy residents, and the fact that we will have that boardwalk upgraded will be a huge asset to the town. And the Trail Master Plan, I mean, some of the things that we looked at there were trying to meet the activity capabilities of all of our residents. And when we get that full report and recommendation back, I'm really pleased that we're going to be able to move that forward so that, we will have trails that we can tackle in phases for, individuals who may have activity intolerances that need a flat surface, and for those people who are a bit more adventurous and want to go out and in the more wilderness trails, and even for the mountain bikers and what have you. And I think that once we have that report in place, we can certainly put together a phased approach, and with Marjorie's support and her magic ways, that we get some funding to develop these trails as we move them forward and encourage people to get outside. So I'm really pleased to see that piece of work moving along so nicely. That's it for me.
Thank you, Councillor Gani. Some good points you raised there. Yeah, it's a lot of good things happening there with the Trail Master Plan and the upgrades of the boardwalk. Anyone else have any questions or concerns on the update? If not, we'll move on to public safety. Councillor Myatt.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I have a few things here for public safety. In regards to the fire protection fee from property owners on Sumner Line and Middle Gulpan that are outside Deer Park and Billen Road LSDs and areas where Eastern Service Board are collecting garbage, this fire protection fee, the payment deadline for it is Friday, August 27th. As of now, 330 letters were sent out last Monday, July 5th. And I just want to say thank you to all who have paid the $50 fire emergency service fee already. The next item, the fire department expansion. The contractor is on site completing the scope of work as prepared by the town, constructing a 30 by 36 addition to the back for a training room. This is great for the fire department. As we all know, their training room is a small little area that they can use. And if they need a bigger room, they always have to move the trucks outside to gain more area. So this actually will allow them to do the training within the fire department and not have to be moving stuff left and right and taking up valuable time that could be used instead of training. So that project, the fire department expansion, will be completed this fall. So looking forward to completing that, and hopefully have a little kickoff, a little celebration party having it done. The next, I didn't know this was happening, but kind of surprised me actually. So the inappropriate taking of town water from fire hydrants. So the town's was made aware that there are companies with water trucks taking water by hooking onto our fire hydrants, especially in Mountain View Estates. So I wasn't aware this was actually happening. I didn't even know that was a thing. So these companies are coming in with water trucks, hooking onto a fire hydrants and just taking water as they please. So I just want to let people know that this is illegal, and the companies involved should cease this action immediately. Where it being illegal, you think that these companies would, refrain from doing that, but they come in willy-nilly, hook on the fire hydrants, take what they want, and they leave. So it's not right for our residents of Holyrood to. These fire hydrants are used. The town water is used for our town anyway, but these fire hydrants are specifically used for, in case of fire. So for these guys to be fooling around with the fire hydrants, that's not a good thing at all. So anyway, so like I said, so it's illegal, and they should cease this action immediately for sure. And if we do find who these companies are, well, we'll be contacting them for sure. The next thing, this is a bit lengthy, so bear with me. It was information that was given to us by the D&D. So it's called Unexploded Ordnance and Legacy Sites Program. So as part of the federal government's Unexploded Ordnance and Legacy Sites Program, the Canadian Armed Forces is mandated to identify and assess and remediate all foreign military sites across Canada. Many of these sites were used for training or operations during conflicts such as the World Wars and the Korean War. So basically, Unexploded Ordnance is really called a UXO. So a UXO legacy site is any property that was owned, leased, or used by the Department of National Defense for military purposes. These properties are no longer part of the department's inventory, but should still present a UXO-related risk to the public. From July 12th to the 30th, a CFA clearance diver team from Halifax will be diving off the coast of Bell Island to recover UXOs from sunken World War II ore carriers in order to make these popular internationally known diving sites safe for tourism, recreational divers, and also the general public. All ordnance removed will be transported to the Danny's Pond Quarry site off Liam Hickey Drive and disposed of in a safe and environmentally conscious manner. The actual detonation of the recovered ordnance, which will be conducted in several small batches, will be significantly less than normal quarry operations at this site. Unless someone was in the immediate vicinity of the quarry, it is highly likely that nothing will be heard. So I want to repeat that one more time. The actual detonation of the recovered ordnance, which will be conducted in several small batches, will be significantly less than normal quarry operations at this site. Unless somebody was in the immediate vicinity of the quarry, it is highly likely that nothing will be heard. So just want to make sure that everyone's aware of that, because that's a very important statement. CFA clarified that the ordnance involved do not contain any harmful or potential airborne substances. In addition, the process of sandbagging and securing the rounds of detonation will ensure that there will be no loose projectiles from the activity. Environmental Assessment Division has reviewed the plan, and they have determined that the proposed operation meets all the requirements from their perspective. Water and Resource Management Division have determined that there are no concerns from their perspective. So, should there be any desire to discuss this matter, please contact the town of Holyrood at info@holyrood.ca, and you'll be provided with appropriate contact information for the D&D team. So based on everything that we've seen, that we heard, it's a safe environment. There'll be no projectiles. There'll be no, it'll sound just like regular quarry work. So one last thing, just want to let people know. So we got news that the Trans-Canada Highway will be closed next weekend, so the weekend after Squidfest. That will be starting on Friday at 7 p.m. And just to give you the date here, so let me see the calendar here. So that'll be the 23rd. So July 23rd at 7 p.m., the Trans-Canada will be closed. And from what I understand, it's between Foxtrap Access Road and Witless Bay Line. So anybody going west will have to go from Foxtrap Access Road down, come through Holyrood, and then go up Liam Hickey Drive and continue west. And then people going towards St. John's have the choice of two ways, either going up Witless Bay, coming to Witless Bay Line and going up Witless Bay Line and going into Bay Bowls, or come down through Holyrood and then go up Foxtrap Access Road. Just want to let people know. So 7 o'clock p.m. on the 23rd to 7 o'clock a.m. Monday morning, the Trans-Canada will be closed between the Foxtrap and Witless Bay Line. And that's it for the public safety update, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councillor Mayette, for that detailed update. And that closures for culvert replacement take place up on the Trans-Canada Highway, same as it has in the past. There's going to be some traffic there, but there's not much. The town has reached out to the department, and the traffic is going to be rerouted two ways, as Councillor Mayette said, and that's the dates that is going to take place and the time. So there will be a bit of traffic through the town, no doubt. Any other questions or concerns for anything Councillor Mayette mentioned?
I have a question, Deputy Mayor. Do we know if the province or the company is going to provide any supports for traffic redirection within the community of Holyrood, in particular at the intersections and the roundabout?
I'm not quite sure. I think the CAO is going to have a conversation. I'm not sure about that, Councillor Ganny.
Yeah, as far as I know, the CAO and mayor have been talking with the appropriate, I think it's the project manager's office, I guess, of the Department of Transportation. So they have been talking with them, and they're going to try to do everything they can to make it as smooth as possible for traffic coming through Holyrood. Now, they didn't specifically say what they're going to do, but from what I understand, talks are still on the go.
Thank you, Councillor Mayette, for that information. Any other discussion? If no other discussion, we move on to corporate services. Councillor King.
Oh, goodness. We got a bank book balance of $117,091.48. From the general account, be it resolved that accounts as tabled in the amount of $188,797.32, number DR 1922 to DR 1998, and check number 042160 to 042237 be approved for payment from the general account. So moved.
Moved by Councillor King, second
Councillor Ganny.
by Councillor Ganny. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carried.
The next one is a donation request. Be it resolved that the town of Holyrood donate $100 to the first annual Brady Lewis Memorial Softball Tournament. So moved.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded
Councillor Mayette.
by Councillor Mayette. Discussion? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Those against? Motion carried.
The next one is for an alternate returning officer for our elections coming up in September. Be it resolved that the town of Holyrood appoint Marie Searle as alternate returning officer for the September the 28th, 2021 municipal election. So moved.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded by
Councillor Ganny.
Councillor Ganny. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carried.
And the last one, be it resolved that the town of Holyrood hold a separate ballot for the position of mayor for the September the 28th, 2021 municipal election. So moved.
Moved by Councillor King, seconded by
Councillor Mayette.
Councillor Mayette. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carried. We move on to number 11 now, new business. I'll do the go around. Councillor Ganny.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor. just a final note of encouragement for residents to come out and enjoy all the activities of Squid Fest that have been adapted to reflect our living in this pandemic. I did also want to thank Steve Martin, our Director of Recreation Community Events, for being creative as always and making sure that we have a diverse and interesting set of events for all activity levels and all ages and families and so on. So I just wanted to thank Steve and team for getting that scheduled and prepared for our residents and visitors to the community. So thanks, Steve.
That's it for you, Councillor Ganny.
Yes, sir.
Councillor Moyet.
Same thing. I just want to say thank you to the town staff as well as Public Works and to especially Steve Martin because doing these kind of events. I mean, as we know, we're still in a pandemic, and it takes a lot of effort to do things differently. Because we all know, I mean, we know that with schools that happened during the pandemic, they had to go through a whole, I guess, twist of how they actually perform the work they do, and then the same thing goes for the recreation. So, hats off to Steve and his team and to Councillor Ganny as well for being chair of recreation. So, big thank you to, like I said, town staff, Public Works, and especially Steve Martin. So, and as well, we can never forget the volunteers. A big thank you to the volunteers that'll be helping out over the next week. So, a big thank you to them as well. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Moyet. Councillor King.
Well, again, thank you, Steve, and all the staff who worked so hard to bring Squid Fest to some sort of semblance to what we've had. But I think we forgot to mention the seniors party on Friday. So Kim, if Kim could give an update on that and encourage everyone to attend.
Thank you, Councillor King. That is for you.
Yeah, if Kim can mention it, if not, I will.
Oh, I can say it if you like, if that's okay, Deputy Mayor.
Go ahead, Councillor Ganny.
And apologies for that oversight. The seniors afternoon is being held at the festival grounds from 1 to 3 p.m. and that is a free event. And it's an afternoon of live music. And anyone interested in attending can pick up their ticket by visiting the town office. And so that's 1 to 3 on Friday afternoon.
Thank you, Councillor Ganny. Councillor King, anything else?
Yeah, just to remind the seniors, we're also going to provide a bag lunch for them.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. That's it for you?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Thank you. I'll just echo my fellow councillors there in regard to the Squid Fest. There's lots of activities there. Get out and enjoy. And to Steve and his team and volunteers and our public works staff who helped get a lot of stuff ready for the Squid Fest. Thank you very much to everyone involved. And that's it for me. Date of next meeting is August 3rd, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. And can I get a motion to adjourn?
Councillor Ganny.
Moved by Councillor Ganny, seconded by
Councillor King.
Councillor King. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Those against? Motion carried. Thank you very much for everyone that tuned in to this evening's council meeting, and to all my council colleagues and staff that's online. Thank you very much for your time, and go and enjoy your beautiful evening. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Everybody enjoy.